After watching this video, you'll be ready to get the best deals on board games for Black Friday and beyond. I'm Jackson Warfield, coming to you from Jackson Warfield's game room, undergoing a little bit of renovation. You wonder how I get a collection that looks like this and still been able to afford to live in a house? I don't just live in someone else's basement. The way I've done this is by finding the best prices for board games. I do not pay full price for the vast majority of my board games. I'm going to go through 3 strategies that I use to find the best board game deals and talk a little bit about the stores where you will find the most prominent deals to make sure you don't get extorted when you decide you wanted to add, say, I don't know, Tainted Grail to your collection. Gone are the days of errors on Amazon.com like happened once in 2017, where I missed out on that and I made a promise to myself that that will never happen again. First tip for finding board game deals. I am not sponsored in any way by this person. There's an X account that is a gold mine run by the Tabletop Bellhop duo of, I don't remember their names, Mo and someone else. I'll put the answer on screen with all the relevant Twitter accounts. You got board game deals. You got board game deals, RPG deals. If you follow these X accounts, you will not miss like anything. Like, I'm truly amazed that the Tabletop Bellhop team, that the two of them are able to put together these lists. I don't know how much they actually get paid for this either. It seems like they don't sleep from about 5 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day until 9 p.m. on Cyber Monday evening. If you follow them and you keep checking that account, you will get all the deals that you could possibly need. Now, if you need something a little bit more immediate, say an alert, there are other sources of board game deals. One of them is the Board Game Deals subreddit, but I'm going to add this caveat. Subscribe to the Board Game Deals subreddit, but furthermore, get the If This Then That app and turn on the applet that will give an alert to your phone when there's a new post on the Board Game Deals subreddit. You might be able to do this now with the normal Reddit alert system, but that's how I choose to get the alerts, because then I know that the If This Then That alert is the board game alert, and I don't have to filter through any other alerts for Reddit posts, which honestly I try to stay away from, because it can be a little unhealthy to get too many alerts for your social media posts. So I like to use If This Then That specifically for this one subreddit to make sure I see it. Number 3, subscribe to the Board Game Deals forum on BoardGameGeek.com. Not all board game deals hit the subreddit. And let's be honest, like the Tabletop Bellhop team are a couple of humans. They're just 2 of them. The Board Game Deals forum on Board Game Geek will get basically every deal that ever happens. And not only that, when you see a post there, they're going to link to both the game and they're also going to link to the Board Game Geek entry for that game. In general, if you're looking at a board game deal for a game you're not sure about, you're going to want to know what that game's, for example, overall ranking is. For me, like, my ears get perked when a game is ranked within the top 500 of all time, especially the top 200. And I think if I weren't already sold on trying to get the game, I'm likely to be convinced of that. However, if a game is ranked outside the top 1,000, especially when the rating is, say, below a 7, then I'm more likely to pump the brakes a little bit and know, like, maybe this amount of spending here isn't worth it. Now, as far as where you're going to actually get your board game deals from, Amazon.com is a great location to get board game deals. Like, obviously, we all know this. I find Amazon is great. They'll also have deals that they will compete with Target on. For example, you'll see a lot of buy 2, get 1 free, or as some people say, or as some people call it, the buy 3, cancel 2 deal, where you get basically a third off of a game of your choice. Target and Amazon will compete there, compete for your attention. Target and Amazon are both, obviously Amazon has like everything, but Target actually has a pretty good selection of board games too, even if you shop in person. In my opinion, it's no longer the case that you can really find big deals at Target, at Walmart, or at Barnes & Noble. This used to be, I think, more like 5 years ago. You could either use BrickSeek to find when games are going on clearance at Target and Walmart and have a lot of success there, or Barnes & Noble would mark down games and gradually increase the clearance on the game, sometimes having very good games on sale for $2. For example, I got a copy Once of Unemployed for $2. Some games I've passed on for 75% off MSRP, I think about to this day, specifically The Networks and Pandemic Rising Tide, although Agricola Family Edition might have been the biggest one I passed on. Potion Explosion was another one. There were so many of them. When you go to some Barnes & Nobles, it justified showing up at 9 a.m. when the lobby opened and just peeling through their discount bins. Those days are gone. Gone are the days of truly amazing publisher sales. For example, Asmodee was always the biggest in terms of clearance sales. There will still be an Asmodee Black Friday sale, but it's not as great as it once was. There was a time when you could have gotten the first edition Summoner Wars all in everything included Alliance's like Super Master Set for $30. You can get Battle Lore 2nd Edition with all the expansions for 80% off. I think Rune Wars actually had this happen once too, where you could have gotten the game and all expansions for 80% off. Those games were in the past, but you still want to keep an eye out for these websites, although they will be brought to your attention through the other methods that I shared before. Occasionally, discount retailers such as Game Nerds, Miniature Market, and CardHouse.com will have their own sales on Black Friday. It used to be when those sales went live, you could find a dozen or so high-value games on clearance. Now, when those sales go live, it's more likely you'll see 1 or 2 genuine clearance deals. So you can monitor his websites if you want, but I think they're truly secondary here. And here's the last bit of advice. Now is a good time to keep an eye on your local area, both through Facebook Marketplace sales of used board games or through local gaming store auctions and things like that. They have their own clearances often. If you go to the stores, you got to know where those clearance racks are. Now is the time of year where a lot of merchandise will get turned over, both by stores and by people that want to pay for new games by selling their old ones they don't play anymore. Those are the tips I have for you today. Good luck shopping, and if you're interested in a video on how to ultimately maintain the size of your collection once you get really good at finding deals, let me know. I may offer that strategy guide as well. This has been Jackson Warfield's Game Room. I'll see you in the next one.